Hello guys, welcome to this video. In this video I want to introduce you an app from Totaljs Enterprise called IoT Platform. The IoT Platform is an app that can handle various cases like smart cities, industry or smart metering. It consists of more apps. In this case I will show you a full application integrated with Open Platform, as you can see, also with Flow and Open Reports. I'm not going to deep dive into all these apps right now, but I will show you why they are essential for this application. So let's get into it. I'll open IoT platform in a new tab. And here you can see that it consists of some parts. We will start in part map. Our map is targeted at city Banská Bystrica, and we can see that there are already created some zones. When we zoom in, smaller panels will appear with assigned sensors and real-time data. For example, in Hlavné námestie we can see temperature 0 degrees Celsius and so on. By clicking on this panel, bigger panel will appear, and on this panel we can see same sensors but with more detailed information. For example, we have temperature here with last value, date when this value was received, and also there is a chart. On this chart we can see how the value was evolving in time. We can update this chart with our preferences, so we can choose if we want to see maximum value or minimal value. By clicking on apply, it will modify. Also we can change period by listed options. On the map we can use also search, and by clicking on search zone we are redirected directly on this zone. Also there is possibility to display only some zones, because each zone can have assigned some category. For example, by clicking on category Banská Bystrica, zone stadium will disappear because it hasn't assigned this category. If we want to create new zone, we can do it in zones. Here we can see already existing zones sorted by categories, and for a new one we can click create, and then there we can see put some information. For example, test as a name. For categories we can choose from existing categories or create new one, so I will put new here. We can draw our zone on the map, so I will create zone here, and then we can put some sensors in the zone. For example, I'll put entrance 1 here and exit 1, and by clicking submit our zone was created. By clicking on the map we can already see our zone with our sensors here. Now we can move to devices. Here you can see list of devices with some information like driver name, serial number, which we can use to pair our received data with correct device. Also here you can see locality and state. State tells us if device is receiving some data or not. After some time without received data, it changes its state to offline. We can define length of this time in driver. Also in this list you can use filters for each column, and it works together. By clicking on device we can see more detailed information about this device and also sensors. Each sensor has name, value, timestamp where this value was received, and stats. In the stats we can change granularity for saving our data into database. Also you can have sensor without stats. As you can see here on these two sensors, if you don't want to use every sensor from this device, you can just hide it by clicking on this icon. Also, if we want to work with value in other form than we are receiving, this is possible. For example, this sensor is receiving value in centimeters. It's filling of some container. And we want to change this value to percentage. So we have to know height of this container. And together with received data, we can do math operation to get result in percentage. We can program this operation into driver. And now we can change height of this container for each device. So we don't have to program driver for each height, but we can have one driver for various heights of containers. If you want to create new device, you have to choose driver for your device. Some example drivers are on our GitHub, but if you want some special driver, you need to create your own. I'm not going to explain here how to create your own driver because we have quite good description in our documentation. I will put a link below the video. But if you need some help with creating your own driver, feel free to ask in our Telegram group for support. I will also put a link for this group in description below the video. So now we can move to sensors. Sensors are created automatically after creating device based on choose driver. Here in this list you can see name of device, to which sensor belongs, locality, value, serial number, when we received this value, and also alerts. You can see if we got some alerts from device. For example, from this device we got some alerts. Also you can see alerts in part alert, and they are created automatically if there is some unexpected behavior in driver, or you can customize your alerts in flow. Also in here you can click on sensor and you can see all received values from this sensor. You can filter here, or you can export these values as CSV. If you want to combine values from more sensors, you can do it in data views. In data views, you can combine values from as many sensors as you want, and then you can make operation about it from listed options. Also, you can format this value. Then you can use it on the map, same as values from sensors. Now we can move to another two interesting parts of IoT platform, which is reports and panels. I will start with reports. If you want to use reports, you need to install also Open Reports. I'm not going to talk here a lot about Open Reports. You can find information in documentation. But in Open Report, you can create your own reports based on data from database. For example, there is report named state of filling of containers, and you can see data here. After creating your report, you can use it as API in your application. So for this report, there is created an API. You can create it just right here with listed reports. After creating this API, you can use it just by clicking copy report URL address and then sending a request here. You will see the same data as you saw in reports. So in here. Also then, if you want to temporarily disable this API, you can do it in update and report set as inactive. And now there is no response from this API. Report is disabled. The last part that remains to us are panels. If you want to use panels, you have to install also Flow, and I'll show you why. When you want to create a new panel, you just click create and put some name here, width and height. I will show you two of existing panels, which are right here, panel for speed and testing panel. As I said, you need to install Flow, so I will move to Flow. And now you can see our testing panel component and panel for speed, which is same as we saw here. Data for panels are received directly from drivers with publishers. As you can see, here is a publisher for data from metal stations, and here is form of received data, which is an object. This object we send to Tangular, and Tangular is an HTML code which will be displayed on panel. Then we need to transform this code to form which is expecting at input in panel. Now I can show you what will be displayed here. It was a testing panel, and by clicking on preview we can see the HTML code in Tangular. So you can see that there is temperature -3, wind speed 2.2, and these data are displayed here. Then you can see the same structure for panel for speed, but now we want to display the speeding sign in real time. So there is a data sorter which sort the speed which is over 50 kilometers per hour. And then I will show you what is displayed on panel for speed. And now here is only text, today is a beautiful day. But now I will send a request with speed over 50 kilometers per hour for this endpoint, and you will see what will happen. Now I send it, and then there is a sign to slow down. After 5 seconds, this sign is hidden, and text, today is a beautiful day, will return back. And last but not least, if you want to use this IoT platform, you have to also install Stream. Stream is used as API for receiving your data. You can find this application also on GitHub. Now, when I open it, here you can see IDs for your registered devices, also with ID of used driver, and some stats for every device. Okay, so this is all for this introduction. And if you are interested in this application, you can find more information on our website. I will put links below this video. And also, if you have any further questions, feel free to join our Telegram group for support, and we will gladly answer all your questions. Goodbye.